Hello everybody, Seal here, and welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. Hold up, I gotta find myself. There we are. Awesome, let's get to the safe boat. You two can bunk here for a while. She nods with her nose towards a hatch. You've each got a head to take care of your necessities. Try to knock before you enter someone else's, okay? Seriously. I know the drill. He turns to you. Stinks of fish, just like that place we squatted at back on Leary Avenue back when we were kids. What with the Aslan family and their dog? You hated that dog. He kept digging at my food stash, no matter where I hid it. He'd find it and scarf down a week's worth of grub. Still, it was sad what happened to him and the family. No one should go out that way. Think I've been up for like 36 hours straight. Yeah, this has been one shit stain of a day. Time to end it. Anything you need before I leave you to it? Yeah, now that Nightjar and Gutshot are gone, it's just us. And the creepy Russian guy renting the engine room downstairs. Nothing to worry about. He keeps mostly to himself. He'll stop soon. He's usually quiet by now. Think I'll have a look around. Okay, a stash for loot and stuff. I don't know why it brought me there when I very clearly clicked her. Hey, Seattle. I'm not really in the mood to hang out right now. Heavy stuff going down, you know? I'll be fine, but for the time being, I'd rather be alone. We'll talk later, though. Alright, yeah, I get that. I was actually just trying to find the way down to the basement to meet the crazy Russian man. I also felt it was odd to try and go up to find that, but you never know. Can't seem to find the entrance. I guess I'll just go to sleep. You climb into the cot and warm your way under the sheets. They've been starched stiff as boards, but you've slept beneath worse. The lice and bedbugs that plagued your old prison cell are mercifully absent here, and the salt air is fresher than the rancid stink of the Redmond Barrens. The moment your head hits the pillow, exhaustion steps in. You can barely keep your eyes open. Sleep washes over you like a warm bath, and everything goes black. Sweet. Ooh, cutscene! The dream is suffocating, the shifting tunnel of glass and steel, the towering silhouette of dark majesty. The shadowy doorway and the teeth, they snap at your heels and claw your way back to consciousness. You open your eyes to Dr. Luminova. He shakes your shoulder roughly. Sistersha! Come on, Sistersha, wake up. We gotta Gotta go talk to Kylie. The others have already left. That was one rough night. He lets go of your shoulder and cocks a thumb at the hatch. We gotta go. I'm trying to wake you for a while now. You were thrashing around in your sleep. Thanks. Nah, glad you did. I was having one hell of a nightmare. Did we have the same dream? I never remember my dreams all that well. It was probably motion sickness, not used to sleeping in a boat. You doing okay? I'll survive. But man, nothing's gone right since we stepped into this country. I'll tell you something though, and this is after a full night of sleep. I don't believe Raymond's dead. I hope you're right, but I gotta say it doesn't look good. Alright, think about it. The statement for the cops on the newscast. Something. Could be fake. Ours was. On that surveillance footage, we never saw Raymond get shot. Cameron was hit by stray gunfire. He's alive, Sister Shaw. I know it. Make a good case offer, so ooh, should have been a detective instead of head boss. God, I feel like I'm 12 years old again, squatting on a stinking trawler. My partner's gone, Raymond's gone, hell, I'm gone. I don't even have a name anymore. And now I can't even go to sleep and hide from that without having a nightmare. What else is going to be taken away from me? Still got that piercing you got in Tacoma. I had to drop that. Hygiene issues. What the hell did we fall into here, Solstricia? I mean, what's coming next? Well, isn't it obvious? Look around. We're sinless, living in the shadows, dealing with criminals. You're thinking of becoming a shadow runner. I think we already are shadow runners. I think this whole thing has been a blur. I haven't been able to really stop and think for a second. This isn't the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a cop. You gotta keep the gun. That's something. Don't mess with me, woman. What the fuck? I'll kill you, man. I will fucking kneecap you with my shotgun. Fucking say don't mess with me, woman, again. I'll fucking kill you. that is a surefire way to getting your ass kicked, Duncan. And I have a shotgun. And I'm gonna get a katana at some point. I have all these points in close combat, and I don't think I have a sword yet. I might. I just don't know if I do. Kindly's place reeks of stale cigar smoke and fresh urine. Nice. Low murmur of laughter and an air of eager anticipation. Ooh. Who's this? She beckons to him with her finger, and he struggles towards her, the loud rustling of the plastic tire crackling under his knees as he moves. His pants are wet with fear. And a acetylene torch lies on the table at Shang's right hand. How did you sleep, my little ones? Not too well, Auntie Shang. I had a bad dream. You poor darling. Perhaps it's the food here. I understand it can be a bit too spicy for outsiders. Still, a bad dream is a better way to spend the night than getting a bullet in the air while you sleep. Wouldn't you agree, Shipbird? Shipbird here is a plainclothes cop. He snuck into the area last night while you were sleeping, hoping to find you and kill you before his competition got you first. My friend found him outside the trolley where you were sleeping. They saw to it that your rest was undisturbed and that your location remained a mystery. You can thank Mr. Bao for that. Thanks for guaranteeing our safety, Mr. Bao. Bao inclines his head 1/4 of an inch. Now, Shipbird, tell my friends here what you told me. I don't know anything, I swear. We just got the orders last night. He pushed his head forward towards you and Wu from the floor, struggling to keep his balance. Somebody high up wants these two dead. The whole department is in on it. I don't know anything else. Someone from high up. She lifts her foot and taps his chin with the toe of her shoe. How high? The cop looks up at her, looks around at the room filled with triad soldiers. One of them opens his coat to show the cop something inside. He closes it and slowly winks. All the way up. It was someone on the council. Someone on the executive council wants these two dead. Fuck your ancestors to the 18th generation. Give me the truth. It is the truth, madam, I swear. Whoever it was labeled them as terrorists were told to terminate them with extreme prejudice. Alrighty, the triad boss leans in close, searches his eyes with her own. That's all he got. She let go of his head and smoothed his buzzed hair with her hand. For whatever reason, last night someone on the executive council of the Free Enterprise Zone, the FEZ, the EC of the FEZ, ordered the Hong Kong police force to kill two nobodies from Seattle. I find that fascinating, don't you? I call that some messed up shit. Propriety, my darling. When the government has someone gunned down, they prefer to make it appear justified. The people feel safer when the murderers feel like part of civilization. My, but you definitely fallen into the deep end of the pool. That's it. Seattle isn't like Hong Kong. There, the mega corporations control the government. Here, the corps are the government. The Exec Council is chosen by the corporate board of governors. They're basically the legislative, executive branches of the Hong Kong government in one tiny package. 8 people call the shots, neat and efficient. For the wage of slaves and the civilian sheep. For the wage slaves and the civilian sheep. Ugh, civilian sheep. It's a hard thing to say. The corporations are a pantheon of gods who wield absolute power. But not for us. Who else knows about my guest visit to Haoi Shipyard? Or Haoi, I don't know how to pronounce that. No one, madam. I hadn't called it in yet. I wanted to kill them, the kill for myself. No one knows they're here, I swear. Mr. Bao? Bao fiddles with the PDA in his meaty hands. He's telling the truth. No outgoing calls on his PDA. Good. Thank you, Bao. Thank you for your honesty. In one smooth motion, Strangler Bao produces a silenced pistol, fires it into the policeman's head, and replaces it in his jacket. His face never changes expression. Looks like the triads can be just as efficient, and I was wondering what we were going to do with them. What the hell? That was a cop. Yes, darling. It is clear our friend Raymond Black was up to something involving the walled city, something that had to do with prosperity. And this executive council member wanted Raymond dead for it. Now they want you dead for it, too. This plastic-faced man may show up on your door one day, too. I have a proposal for you, my sweets. Work for me. With Nightjar and Gutshot dead, I find myself with 2 job openings. Fill them. I have need of deniable assets here, players of unaffiliated with the triads who can take care of some of the more unsavory business needs about town. You've proven yourself resourceful and you have no existing connections here. That could be a positive thing in this line of work. See, Duncan? Yeah, you saw that coming. In exchange, I will keep you safe from pests like this one. You'll have safe power here in my town and a steady core source of income. And while you dip your toe into the waters of corporate espionage, organized crime, and clandestine mercenary actions, I will employ my network to find the plastic-faced man and gather information about Raymond Black, where he's been, who he's talked to, who stood to gain from his death, and what this prosperity could be. You're pulling out a lot of effort to pair foreigners. Not foreigners, my sweet. Valued business associates. I need to learn who killed one of my clients and who? I think the word would be who, and that ordered the cops of my team to execute my team of Shadowrunners. This is a brazen disregard of my power. Face dictates it must be confronted, or I stand to lose everything. How would the arrangement work? I find the right jobs for people with your talents. You do what our clients cannot do for themselves. I take a finder's fee and a small percentage of your earnings. You make a lot of when very quickly. It's all very civilized. Work with me, allow me to help you make money, let my network work for you, and help you find what you've gotten yourself into. Without my help, you won't last a day out there. You are completely out of your depth, I'm afraid. You need a partner. Kindly Shang will be your partner. It's just like you said, Sister Shaw. Shadowrunners. Glad I had some time to think about it. Process. Fuck it. Not a cop anymore. That guy's dead. Oh man, what about you? Alright. Then it's done. First order of business. Silstricia Van Grieve and Duncan Wu don't exist anymore. You'll need street names. Yeah, okay, I'll think of something. Gun show. I knew that was gonna stick. It was stuck. Cabatinus Sobal will handle this the same way we did with your previous work. All the jobs I line up for you will be sent to your computer on the squat boat. Got it. Why her? It's a simple process of elimination. Isabel isn't the leader type. You got that right. As for Gabette, let's just say she doesn't have a head for business. Not my thing. The jury's out on Mr. Gunshow. Meaning there's a lot going on within that head of yours, and right now I can't be sure I can trust you. So I'm in charge because I'm the best of the worst. Oh, my sweet, don't put it that way. You're the most equipped for the role. I had a handle back at the Barrens. Mortician. Guess it's time to dust that off. Gonna be weird calling you the Mortician again. Haven't called you that since we were kids. Now I'm just picturing like two like 8-year-old savages just trying to survive in the wilds, and one of them being such a badass that she called herself the Mortician and demanded that everyone else call her that as well. This is fucking adorable. First name the, last name Mortician, bitches. Get it right. As you lead your team through the shadows, your companions will continue to develop and learn new combat skills. Click on the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Will open the crew advancement menu. This thing that I can barely see? Sweet, it is. Our level 2 advancement. Spirits will never break away in the first 2 rounds after summoning them. Spend some more time at the fire range and creature range skills and SMG specialization by 1. I'll take the spirits. I want her to be all about summoning the rats. Sabotage. Her grenade launcher will now fire remote mines, which can be triggered to detonate at will. The TIE Blaster 1.0 program, an upgrade version of the blaster that sticks to enemies in place for 1 round. Let's go sabotage for that. And woo. Firepower round, underslug speed bag. Nah, we'll take the armor pierce for that. We're gonna have you go full murder, buddy. Sorry. I know that might piss you off. So, if there is a job for us, it's back on the boat. I'm pretty sure we get to recruit, like, a samurai dude soon. I'm pretty sure it's, like, one of our first missions. Again, I've only done, like, a very small amount of this game. Oh, there he is. Rackler? It's oppressively hot down here. The air is full of synthetic odors that grab you by the sinuses and refuse to let go. You can smell engine grease and melting plastic, ionized air, and lead solder. Solder? A quick scan of the room tells you why. The downstairs tenant has converted the space into a machine shop. Metal fabrication tools and, I don't know what that is, extruders line the walls. And a pair of heavy industrial manipulators hang from the ceiling. A man in black trench coat stands with his back to you, staring at a monitor mounted with above a sturdy workbench. He addresses you without turning. Ugh, I was wondering when I'd meet my new neighbor. His voice is pleasant, cultured. Well, there's a hint of a Russian accent there, but it's buried under layers of nuance. Well, I wish I portrayed that better. I wish that line was first. Please, stay where you are. I'll be with you in just a moment, and unless you fancy an unplanned trip to Chrome Alley, don't touch anything. There are all manners of tools in here. I could take your hands clean off. Take your time, I won't touch anything. You're very kind, thank you. The feed of the monitor looks like some sort of design software. You can see what appears to be a slim, sputtery appendage in orthographic and perspective view. Very good, yes. That's coming along nicely. Very nicely indeed. Oh, his eyes are fucking glowing red. What the fuck? He turns towards you, smiling, and for the first time you can see his face. He has broadly handsome Slavic features and a chiseled jaws. His eyes are like flecks of ice. Handsome. Alright, we have different tastes in men game. So sorry to have kept you waiting, Miss Thangrave. Ah, you as well. Now tell me, what can I do for you? With alarming speed, a sinister-looking drone skittles out from under the work table, its movement surprising and agile and fluid. The machine rears back menacingly, spinning swirling in a clear sign of aggression. The man's smile tilts, and his low tone goes apologetic. Please don't mind the drone. He can be territorial. So long as you remain civil, he will not bite. He extends a hand. Simultaneously, the drone relaxes into a neutral position, lowering its killing legs. Rockler. My mechanical component here is called Koshi. Koshi? Koske? Is it an L or an I? Sup, man? A pleasure. I'm very pleased to meet you, my friend. In a community such as Hawaii, I need to figure out how that's pronounced. It is important to be on good terms with one's neighbors. Great, speaking of which, I'd like to ask you some questions if you have the time. Very well, this morning's casting should still be cooking for a few minutes yet. That's time enough to talk. You've got some machinery in here. The same can be said of many here, I'm sure. This is a smuggler's den, is it not? Our entire economy is based on people having things that they shouldn't. Is there a particular vice that interests you out of curiosity? Good guess. That's precisely what they are. They fell off a boat, you might say. They were cheap, but I acquired them and had them mounted to the walls of my shop. You Russian? I thought I picked up a hint of an accent. You have a good ear. I'm impressed. Yes, I grew up in, Novgorod. I can say Novgorod. Went to school there, started my career there in the industrial sector. A fairly common story, I'm sure. But I have also traveled a great deal, and in so doing, I have absorbed a number of other languages and dialects. How many languages do you speak? Counting Russian and Cantonese? 15. It shames me to admit that I'm only literate in 12, however. That's still impressive. Perhaps when compared to the common man, but I've known a great many polyglots who can and do put me to shame. Arabic has been a particular bugbear of mine. The unfamiliar characters with the lack of vowels make it damn tricky to get a handle on, but I suppose all men have their limits. Interesting name for a drone. Not many riggers would name their most prized possession after a villain from a fairy tale. Not to my heritage, I suppose. Oh, how marvelous. I didn't thought to meet anyone versed in Russian classics. I've studied. If memory serves, the Deathless was an immortal villain and had kidnapped our women. Indeed, he was those things, but it was not his misdeeds that drew me to the name. I suppose that it was the notion of immortality through cleverness that resonated with me. There was something to be learned from that, I was sure. And so when it came time to name my beloved creation, it was the first name I came to it. And your drone Deathless, like its namesake? In a matter of speaking, I suppose he is. I have redundant copies of every piece of his architecture, and his core programming is stored on disk in a secret location. Should he ever suffer critical damage, I can easily bring him back. I had a plan once to automate the self-repair process. I must confess it was quite ingenious, but alas, my research was lost. One day I will reclaim it, and he will become deathless as the stories claim. But not today. I have to go back upstairs. Well, I mean, that took, like, all the time I was going to give this episode. Like, for sure. So, we are now officially Shadowrunners, I guess, though this episode was mostly just conversation and roleplay, which I like. But we are going to save there. We are going to save there. Save? Yes. Confirm. Because I believe we'll be going down for about 24 minutes. When we come back, we're going to look at our computer here, and we're going to see what our first jobs look like. Still out.